It's really hard to stay optimistic, I know. But this one thing has been a tangible game changer for me with solid proof that things will get better. And honestly, it makes me feel optimistic and grateful almost instantly, honestly, all right? And it's in this jar, and it's not a gimmick, I promise you. I've been doing this for 5 years now, and it really has been a game changer in my life. But you have to do it the right way, all right? So stay tuned so I show you how to do it and explain exactly how it works. Don't knock it till you try it, because this very well may be the answer that you've been praying for. So it's crazy because this jar is actually filled with like over 50 blessings, but because I took them out and folded them up, they're not taking up much space. So the way this works is every time something great happens to you in life, like anything that makes you say like, God, thank you so much, you write it down, you put it in this jar, and you open this in moments when you feel discouraged. I don't know if you're getting where I'm going with this right now, but can you imagine feeling hopeless and then reading a bunch of great, amazing things that happen to you, especially things that you didn't expect to happen, especially things that you have been praying for, especially things that just felt really hopeless? There is absolutely no way you will still feel hopeless. You're gonna instantly feel optimism and gratitude, extreme gratitude for the things that you've experienced in your year. And the crazy part is you'll forget these things. You won't remember that they happened because you're probably thinking, oh, I don't need to do this jar. I can just easily recall the great things that have happened to me. Every year when I open this up on New Year's Eve, I'm like, half the things I didn't even remember happened. And so that's the beautiful part of it as well. But once again, you gotta do it the right way. So I'm gonna share the ways to do it, okay? So number one, get an attractive jar, okay? This is something that needs to be in a high traffic area so that you see it all the time, okay? Because if you don't see it, you're not going to use it. And you're not gonna wanna put it in that high traffic area if it's an ugly jar. So get something that actually is attractive to you, and then take it a step further, cut up papers. Cut up papers like this and make them look decent. Keep them in a jar, and then keep a pen, an attractive pen, in the jar as well. Because my next tip, number 2, is make it convenient. So if every time you wanted to use this jar, you had to cut up pieces of paper and you had to go look for a pen, I am telling you right now, you're not gonna use it. You're not going to use this jar, okay? Is this helpful thus far? If you're thinking you're gonna try the blessings jar this year, go ahead and drop the word yes in the comments, because I'm just curious to know. And click the like button so I know you liked the video. And number 3, write it down. So like I said before, anything that makes you say, yo, thank you, God, or like, I'm so grateful that this happened. It doesn't matter how small it is, how big it is. Anything that makes you grateful on any level, put that in the jar. Trust me, you're gonna thank yourself later. And make sure you write it down. Let me put you onto some things that did not work for me when I tried this. Saying I'm gonna do it at the end of the week never happens. Or I forget the blessing, or I'm not able to accurately capture the feeling and the tone of what I felt in that moment and the excitement for the blessing. Once again, putting it in some like closet or something like that because it doesn't match with your decor, that's not gonna work. You're gonna forget it even exists. And then at the end of the year, you're just gonna feel bad because it was a goal that you set out to do and you didn't accomplish. And we're not trying to make ourselves feel bad, right? And make sure you stay tuned. I'm gonna share my top 3 blessings for 2023 at the end of this video. So this video is about a blessings jar, but I'm sure you guys have noticed me mention several times about hearing from God. And you know, I've just learned over time to just listen to God. Like, that has been the biggest lesson of my life. So many things would not have happened, and so many things, unfortunate things, have happened because I just didn't listen to God. And I don't know why it's still a questionable thing even in my life, but all I can say at the end of the day is I'm human. Just like you are. You're human, we're all human, and we just have the tendency to question things. It's just the way that we are. But I know that oftentimes I get the question from people about how to hear from God. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tag this video below of a sermon that I listened to, and I thought they made some great points about praying to God. But the main takeaway, or one big takeaway I should say, that I got from it was just spending time with God. And it can't just be like a pray to God and then that's it, like where you're just talking. Because think of it, the focus here is a relationship, right? We're not viewing this with a legalistic mindset where if I do A and B and C, then God will love me. God loves us regardless, right? But what deepens our relationship with anyone is spending time with them. And so if you were trying to get to know me, for example, and every time we linked up, you just talked to me, talk, and I never spoke, do you think you would honestly be able to understand what my voice sounds like? The things that I'm interested in doing anything about me, or even what my advice is to you. I don't know, let's say you want to talk to me about YouTube and you thought, hey, she has some good knowledge when it comes to that. I wonder what her advice would be. You're never gonna get my advice if you're only talking to me and you never leave time to listen. And so it's literally the same thing with God. I have a video I'm gonna tag below about how I spend time with God, but in recent years I've really learned the importance of just sitting in God's presence. So sometimes that means music's playing, sometimes I'm just praying and then I'm just silent. One thing that's been really helpful for me, the biggest help, is prayer walks. That's a new thing I didn't even know about before. But I hear God the most when I go on a walk, literally outside, walk, talk to God. And maybe it's because there's no distractions, but I hear him so clearly. It's wild. So for those who say they don't hear from God, that's my personal advice. Spending more time with God and leaving time to listen, and definitely trying a prayer walk. It's not like a genie in a bottle. It's not gonna happen instantly. Just the same way you and I would not be friends instantly from the first day that we met. It takes time to grow a relationship and get to understand somebody, you know? All right, so let me jump into my top 3 blessings of the year. I feel like you guys might be able to guess some of them. They excited me so much that I've mentioned them several times on this channel, but let's start with it. We already know Barbados is one, right? That is testimony of me listening to God. And when I tell y'all, like, it seemed like something so little, whereas if I didn't listen to God, it didn't seem like it would impact my life. But that's why I'm realizing it's so important to listen, because I didn't know the domino effect my obedience was going to have, to the point where it spiraled into the opportunity to live in Barbados. And then that led to so many things that have changed in my life. Like, if I tell y'all, in addition to me just understanding Caribbean culture more because my parents are West Indian, if you haven't figured it out yet, everything on this channel is about life hacks and tips for better living. And that's everything from mental wellness to fitness to my femininity journey and travel. I like sharing it all because it's made my life easier, and I'm hoping it'll make your life easier as well. So make sure you guys subscribe and click the notifications bell so you're alerted when I drop a new video. And by the way, I drop videos every Sunday at 11 a.m. and I'm on here to chat. So if you guys want to chat with me, hop on Sundays at 11 a.m. and I will be here. It led to my next one, which is going to be, you know, that I conquered my fear of writing. I wrote, I think, 15 articles this year. Like, oh my gosh, I'm a video producer, y'all, but I run from writing. Journalism, I run from it. I've always been fearful, never thought I was great at it, but I forced myself this time to do it. I wanted the opportunity to kind of give back to Barbados as well, because I didn't think that I had done enough while I was down there. I was just focused on having a good time. So I wanted to be able to promote different businesses, different Black businesses and things like that. And so that was a great experience. And I have to say, I'm not scared of writing anymore. And I've realized that I actually can write, which is exciting. So I'm grateful to God for that. I've also learned to eat better. It inspired more of a plant-based diet, funny enough. I'm not gonna go down the entire list, but also I wouldn't have met half of you guys on this channel if I didn't go to Barbados, because it gave me the opportunity to, once again, this was a way of giving back. But in addition to that, I realized it was a great way to like test and get to learn YouTube more and just have like a focused niche that I was focusing on. And when I tell you, it's really crazy. I started out with, I think, 300 subscribers when I was posting the content. And to know that my videos, the views are on average anywhere from 3K to about 13K. And then the highest one is like 124,000 right now. It's like, whoa. So much so that I put that on my resume, y'all. That's all I have to say. Anyways, the last one I would say is, I don't want to touch on the ones that you guys already heard about on my Instagram, New York Times workshop. That was exciting. But something that like might not be that exciting to you, but it was exciting to me, was that I got accepted into this Heels Academy. 2 courses I did. And I had foot surgery a while back, so I didn't think I was going to be able to comfortably walk in heels. So to know that now, flash forward, I was accepted into this program, complimentary, or scholarship rather, and now I can walk not only comfortably, but well in heels, was like really big to me. Of course, there's deeper blessings, but I can't share everything on this channel. I do believe in keeping some things private to myself. So just know that it gets deeper than that. So forgive me for the surfacey things, but there's things in here about my family, there's things in there about me, there's things about my growth, and just time management was the thing I've been working on. I just every year want to get better with it because I just realized mentally it just helps me a ton. You definitely should try the blessings jar. Once again, this is going to be the tangible game-changing thing that is going to lead to you just feeling way more optimistic and way more grateful in life. All right, but going back to the productivity, if that's something that you need help with, time management, go ahead and click this video because this is going to share the 9 ways that help me defeat procrastination. Enjoy.